Okay, so it's seand04 playing standard by himself. Did I get a chance to watch Dazzarin's Proving Grounds? No, I did not. But tell me about it, mate. Tell me all about it. Search for Reppy on YouTube. He plays very well. Who is that? Okay. Anybody know what I'm gonna say here? What have we done wrong? At least something that I think is the incorrect play. Twitch chat wanna help out with this one? Didn't flip. Nope. Wrong boost. Now you know. Correct. Wrong boost. If you are going to take a boost in 3v3, don't take the one on the corner, on the opposite side from where the guy is going for kickoff. So this guy's on the left. He's going for kickoff. Don't take the back right boost. If he's going from the right, don't take the back left boost. Other thing to mention is, with random teammates, it's almost always better to either cheat or stay in goal. You just want to stay somewhere in the middle of the pitch because it's a more useful position the majority of the time than being in the back corner. Okay, let's take a look at this challenge. Now we're pretty isolated in this play, so we have to be careful not to take ourselves out of the game here. This is risky. I don't like this line of attack here. This boost steal might be taking us too far out of the game, in my opinion. I think going for a bump on a goalie here is probably better, because you can literally bump their last man out of the net, and then your third can just come in for the goal. Alternatively, you can rotate out. But this boost steal might take a bit too long. Not sure why we're going all the way back. Like after taking this boost. Oh wait, it wasn't even there. Yeah, why did we go for a boost steal if the boost isn't even there? Not in agreement with that idea at all. Don't go for this. Oof. So yeah, this is definitely not a ball you want to go for, because you're the second man up in the play. Colonel is rotating back on the right of the screen. So he just rotated back. He's last man. By committing to this challenge, you are leaving him alone at the back, just to go take a 50-50, which is not usually a good idea. I mean, in this case, doesn't look like you're going to get punished here, but this 50-50 doesn't go as well as it did, then you're probably out of the game and your teammate's alone in defense. You don't want to leave your teammate alone in defense. Have you ever hated being a caster? Nah, I love it actually. I think it's great. Love being a caster. Compared to what? I guess. Like what hated being a caster in what context? Because no, I love it, but I don't know what was it that made you think that I might hate it. Shouldn't he cheat and Colonel go for boost? CBK in random threes. You never know what your teammate's gonna do, so you just have to do your own thing, which is usually on kickoffs. Don't go for boost. Yeah, we totally misread this. Flew off in the wrong direction. And again, we shouldn't be flying for this. We're definitely going for way too many plays in offense where we're, getting a clean win on the ball. Like we're just getting beaten to the ball here, and we don't have anywhere near enough boost to make this worthwhile. Like if we had full boost here, then yeah, maybe we could start thinking about going for stuff like this. But we don't. So our recovery is going to be really bad. We're out of the game for so long here. We're completely irrelevant for ages and ages and ages. Oh, yeah, this is risky. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this position that we're in. There's a guy coming in for a demo, so you've got to really hang back on this play. I mean, he just drove in front of you somehow. We got very lucky not to get demoed in this play. Definitely have to pay more attention to people who are coming into demo. It's like when this guy lands ahead of the ball, first thing I'm thinking of is, oh, he might demo me. So you gotta be aware of that, not just autopilot forward and put yourself in the line of attack, put yourself in danger. So yeah, if you're getting bumped a lot, that's probably what you need to work on. C2, he plays like me. Well, we've got another nearly 4 minutes to watch before we need to make a guess. This is another kind of blind attack that we've just thrown ourselves forward for. Like we haven't checked to see where the goalie is on this play. We haven't checked to see, are we actually getting to the ball first? Because if we're not, then this really isn't worthwhile. Okay, interesting. I like that we're playing the ball off the corner. It's a good way to pass in this position, is to hit the ball into the corner wall, like just as straight as possible. Maybe we hit it a bit too far to the right here, so it ends up bouncing back down the line instead of into the middle like you intended. The one thing I don't like about this play is our recovery is really, really poor. Very, very slow recovery. Yeah, we need to be a lot more careful. We need to think about our recoveries more, and we definitely need to stop going for as many plays as we do that are kind of risky. Like, if you're not confident, I mean, this ball you should definitely be just hitting. This is just a miss. But in general, I want to say you are playing far too aggressively when you're not the first man forward in your team. Like in solo queue, you kind of get a pass, in my opinion, to be ultra aggressive if you are the furthest man forward in your team and you have full boost. The reason that having full boost is important, or close to full boost, is so that after you're done making a play on the ball or challenging the ball or aerialing the ball, you can actually have some boost left over to recover with faster. Get supersonic instantly, so that way you're threatening demos on the recovery. Yeah, this is kind of wasteful. We just hit the ball into the corner, it rolls onto the back wall. We needed some height on this. After this guy misses, we don't need to dodge into this ball. It's quite clear that we've got a free hit. Frosty Beer Man, thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, we just didn't read this correctly. This is something that's good to practice. You know, there are some things in ranked that are good to just test yourself in. You know, if we think about wall reads, where the wall's bouncing on a wall, or a surface, I should say, there are, let's say, 5 different types of surfaces in the game. We've got the side walls, we've got the floor, we've got the ceiling. Actually, I guess there's 6, because we'll say the back wall and the forward wall are different. The only 2 walls that are similar are the 2 side walls. They kind of play the exact same way. But every other surface in the game plays differently because of positioning. The one wall, or I guess the 2 surfaces that people are really comfortable reading in general are the back wall when you're attacking. Everybody loves going up for rebounds and trying to read the back wall. The floor, everybody can read bounces on the floor because they happen all the time. But the reads that people are less good at are reading bounces off the ceiling, the side walls, and your own back wall when you're defending. So these are the bounces that you should really be trying to read faster than you're comfortable with, if anything at all in ranked. So this, although we do end up missing, I think this is a good thing to practice. If you want to get better in ranked, if you want to become a better player, you need to try and read these bounces as early as you can. So yeah, we've missed this one because we're just way too far off to the left. But you've got to try and get good at this. So I do encourage you to keep trying in this position. And the reason it's important to do it in ranked is because now you get tested, because your speed is going head to head against the opponents. Who can read it faster? Who can get a more accurate read? This is definitely something you should try to do more often. It's best to save that for when you're winning, though. That kind of experimental gameplay, if you want to rank up while getting better. Save the experimental plays for when you're ranking up, or when you're already winning. Okay, look at this. Oh, check us out, though. How about that? We're not just absolutely smashing the ball for no reason on the first play. We get a nice little first touch, turn off ball cam, and flick it to our left. And this so happens to be where our teammate is. Brilliant. Spot on. Okay, so we're cheating in this play. I don't mind it, but the double diagonal kickoff is less likely to stay central than other kickoffs. So it's one of the more risky ones to cheat up on.
This is definitely a C1 or an RGC kappa.
Okay, well we barely got a touch on that. Be careful, like, one thing that is taking you out of position on a lot of your takeoffs is we're kind of just autopiloting before we jump. We're not pausing for a second before taking off into the air, which would have helped us a lot here. So, you know, we're waiting for his touch, See, we're driving forward here for, I don't know why. You know, why are we driving forward? We're probably going to have to go straight up in the air to tackle this. Driving forward to get momentum is not helping us at all to do that. And then when you realize, okay, he's taking a second touch here to hit the ball forward, before you jump, you should brake on the ground. You should stop. Because if you stop before you jump, then you're not fighting to boost backwards to cancel out all that forward momentum that you built up on the ground, you know? The mindset of always needs to be moving. Yeah, sometimes it's not a good thing to do. I think it's very, you know, it is bad advice a lot of the time to tell players that they should always try and be moving and keep momentum in all positions, because that's just not the case in ranked. You don't need to do that in ranked at all. Sometimes just staying where you are is perfectly fine. No need to like do little circles on the goal line just because your coach told you to go faster. Like, just sit in goal. Why are you doing silly little circles? Just pick the right position, pick the right direction, and stay there. And speaking of staying in goal, would have made a lot of sense here, that's for sure. You know, our teammates made a play on the ball there. Instead of joining him in the corner, staying in goal might have been a good idea. But yeah, when this happens, we have to, like, the only way that we're useful in this position is if we intercept this. So now we're committed, you know? If you've committed to the near post area, you better make a play on the ball. You have to. Like, you're in this silly position now. We better do something. Colonel's in goal. He's chilling. So yeah, it's your responsibility. If you've committed like this by, you know, advancing your position, you need to actually make a play on the ball. Like, we just turned around and watched this happen, you know. CSRRR, thanks for the brand new Prime sub, and also Mets, thanks for the 5-month Prime. Welcome back. He says this is definitely a C1 or NAGC Kappa. Got him. There's 1-all. Decent hitbox in the kickoff. Bit of a misalignment on that dodge, but we're not too bad. Same thing as before. Notice that we're kind of just, while we're waiting to see what bounce it is, we're just kind of autopiloting forward here. In this case, that lines us up for a decent, you know, takeoff. But it's worth mentioning, you're kind of on every kickoff just driving. You're not boosting. You're just driving forward on every, did I say kickoff? I meant aerial. Before every aerial takeoff, you're kind of just driving forward. Like, are we driving because we think it's a good idea to advance our position, or because we want to just move? Which is it? If we think it's a good idea to advance our position, then sure. If we think that driving forward a little bit is going to put us in a better place to take off from, go for it. But yeah, same thing again. Notice we're not doing that little brake check before we take off. We're jumping into the air here for an aerial that needs to be quite vertical, but we're starting off with all this forward momentum from us driving forward on the ground, and look at now we're having to fight against it. We're turning our car to boost backwards because we actually realize, wait, we've taken off way too fast. This is a pretty consistent issue this game. It's all to do with our aerial takeoffs. Letting go of gas and boosting later. Well, yeah, after you see what kind of aerial it is that you're going to have to make, then you decide, okay, do I accelerate on the ground and then take off for this? Do I take off immediately and fly straight up in the air? Do I, do I just drive along the ground and not take off at all? Like, you know, just autopiloting into a position like that is usually a bad idea. That's a great pass, though. Oh, look at Colonel, top shelf. Beautiful pass out of defense to set up that shot. We're going to take a left boost, aren't we? Even though we shouldn't. Yeah, we're going to get a play on this ball, but overall, I don't think that this is getting enough merit. You're not getting the ball in this position enough for it to be worthwhile. Cheating, you're going to get the ball more than doing this. So it's like, even though it sometimes works, it's not actually that like beneficial of a position to be getting the ball in. Like, how often do you get the ball in this spot and then score, for example. Not very often. We don't often score from here, because usually a goalkeeper will save any shot from this kind of range. How often do we set up a sick passing play with random teammates in this position? Also, not very often, because usually your teammate won't even see that he should be running up into the middle to provide you a passing option. He'll usually stay back and just go behind you. So you're not actually scoring from this position very often. Usually what happens, even if you do get the ball, is you just hit it away to the other team, and then they take it and they're like, okay, thank you very much, our ball, you know? Whereas if you cheat down the middle and the ball plays into a position that you can actually do something with it, you might actually just be scoring. If you're good enough at dribbling, you could just score. If you're good enough at taking a first touch and a shot, you could just be scoring. You feel it's safer with random teammates. You have the option of pulling out. You could pull out from with cheating as well, and cheating does counter other teams who are also cheating. Like if they're cheating and you're cheating, and the ball kind of stays dead in the middle, you get a second 50-50 instead of just letting them take a shot at your goalie. It's not a bad place defensively. You might think cheating forward on the kickoff is really aggressive. But actually, it's a pretty good play for blocking a lot of the most dangerous things the other team could be doing as well. I would really, really recommend getting good at cheating in Rocket League. 2s and 3s, it's fundamental skill, especially for 2s. You're never going to get to the rank that you could get to in 2s if you don't learn how to cheat and make a nice little first touch shot, first touch dribbling play. These are such important skills to have in your offensive arsenal. Nice 50-50s in the back corner here. Okay, we just got to kind of hope that he misses this one. So yeah, I guess you thought maybe he was pre-flipping into this. I don't know what this was kind of unnecessary. If he's not hitting it with a pre-flip, he's missing, so this didn't really make sense. But good 50-50, safe one. Teammate probably should have been there faster. This is a really difficult place to actually do anything, but turning off ball cam is not really a good idea in this spot. What turning off ball cam does is it shows you where the opposition are, so you can see where the opponents are. But it's probably better just to leave on ball cam and assume that they're going to score this as fast as possible. So just leave on ball cam and get goal side of this as quickly as you can. It's a better thing to do in this spot. You can safely assume that the other team will be sending somebody to shoot this ball no matter what happens. A center ball like this, yeah, the other team are 110% attacking that ball. So just leave ball cam on and get goal side of it. Try and get a save. Luckily they haven't scored. We're in a good position there. This is good spacing actually. Like we're not too close to our teammate who's making the challenge. So that one flick could go over both of our heads, at least not a normal flick. We're also not too far away that the other player can flick it over your teammate, then recover and flick it over you as well. This is a good kind of distance that you want to be at. Obviously that distance changes depending on how fast the player with the ball is moving. And what kind of position you are in the field. Funnily enough, the closer to the wall you are, the more dangerous it is. Like a lot of 1v2 dribbling plays in 3v3 and 2v2 happen at the sidewall because recoveries are so quick. This is a really dangerous spot to challenge in. So if the defender or if the player on the other team has the ball in this kind of position where I'm in, and they're attacking this way, be worried about something like this, where they flick it into the sidewall, then they're straight away recovering, and they're ready to make another play on the ball. Really, really dangerous thing to watch out for. So a lot of people think that they're going to go infield towards the goal, but actually the more scary thing, if somebody's dribbling, is if they go straight towards the sidewall and just flick it past somebody that way, and get a really sick recovery like this. This is a really fast recovery, and then you can make another flicking play as well. So look out for those. That's you really need to space quite closely on those plays. And if you're in defense and you want to try dribble two people, yeah, try that wall recovery because it's much faster than recovering normally. Let me just make sure I got the next replay for stream as well. Thanks for that one, Sean D. Really good stuff. We're going to guess Sean D's rank before we leave that one. Don't remember if rank was in the name. It wasn't. It wasn't. Don't give it away when you go back in. That was the end of the replay, actually. That was it. It just stopped there. I think the other team forfeited or something because I didn't pause that. That's actually just where it stopped. It was called amazing passing, which it was. So a lot of people saying D3. It looks like at that fourth goal, the other team they just had enough. They were just like, no, we've seen enough here, and they just forfeited. See. A lot of people saying D3, D2. I wouldn't be surprised if it's C1. Based on the entire lobby, the whole lobby kind of looked like C1. I'm gonna go with C1. Looks like a lot of chat went for D3. Sean, yeah, you must have really liked this pass. Right, Sean, what is the rank? Which was it? Exclamation mark Discrod. Suspense. C1. Yes. Got it. Yesterday I was way off. I think I said C1 yesterday and it was actually like a 1600 Grand Champ game, so I was way off. But hey, we got this one. A lot of you guys in chat got this one as well, so well done. Probably closer to D3 now because I haven't played throughout all quarantine. That's that's understandable. I'm sure you'll get back up to your usual skill pretty quickly though. But again, thanks for the replay. Good stuff there. A lot of positives and definitely a lot of talking points of what we could improve on. But yeah, there's a lot of plays that I like this game, so credit to you there. How is that C1? There were so many whiffs. There's always a lot of whiffs in C1. Every C1 game has whiffs, open net misses, complete defensive misplays. Yeah, your aerials need to definitely they could definitely use a lot of work. Just not flying off for every aerial with whatever speed you happen to be going is a big deal. Just before you fly up to the ball, let's brake on the ground and then fly up. If you need to fly straight up in the air and you're going too fast, just stop on the ground and then fly straight up because it's much easier. Look how quickly we can go supersonic to nothing in Rocket League. Very easy to slow down on the ground. Rocket League cars have insane brakes. What's not easy is if you're going supersonic and then you jump and try and slow down mid-air. It takes much longer. We take off supersonic, then we try and come to a halt. It takes ages. It takes more than 100 boost actually, so much better to just stop on the ground and then take off. Just take a second to make sure that you're going the right speed. 'Cause it's a lot easier. Same principle. If we need to go in the direction of the ball here, it's much easier to just turn right and then aerial towards it than it is to take off and then be like, whoa, we've got to go this way. We're like, whoops. Pulling off the wrong way. Hold on. Lots of boost being used just to get to the ball. It's much better if we just go, okay, we're going to turn this way and just fly forwards. Don't need to turn in the air if you turn on the ground and then take off. Any good way to practice that? I'm sure there's a lot of training packs that you could use for this. Let's see. Intermediate aerials. Never seen this. Let's see what it is. I mean, this one, not so much. You just go up as fast as you can for that. So that's not a good example. I mean, this is more like sidewall reads and stuff, I guess. I don't know if training packs are ever going to be the best thing for this, because training packs you kind of start off stationary all the time. Nah, this is all about reads. No, this isn't the training pack for you. This isn't really intermediate aerials either. This is pretty advanced stuff. It's funny what people think intermediate is, when actually, I mean, I'm not saying this is groundbreaking, difficult stuff, but no one in a ranked game below GC is scoring this. No one. In an actual ranked game, that is. In a training pack, yeah, it's pretty scoreable. You just gotta wait longer. But in ranked, you have to go as fast as possible, so nobody's actually scoring this because you'd have to hit the ball as early as you can. You can't go in ranked. Okay, let's just float up to this ball. Let's wait until, and there we go. What a goal! Yeah, this is definitely gonna happen in ranked gameplay. You can't do this kind of play where you're waiting. If you're in ranked, you have to go as fast as you can usually, and that means taking the shot from higher up where it's harder to score. So this wouldn't be intermediate at all. This would be quite advanced because that angle's really hard. Banger, nice shot, thank you. I mean, Yeah, training packs like this, I don't really see. I don't know. You're not really going to learn much from these because most of the time you're actually just learning how to read that specific shot in training pack instead of actually learning how to read aerials in general. Especially that shot at the end there. Most of the time that the ball bounces up like that near the wall in ranked, going for an aerial is a terrible idea because somebody's just going to have a wall clear 99% of the time. So it's not even something that happens very often. Anyway, to send a replay from Xbox, yeah, you got to record it, maybe upload it to YouTube, and then send me the video.